Welcome. Welcome one. Oh, look at the producer. Set up and produce, dude. You're kidding. Welcome back to Sidelined episode 15. Oh, it took me off too. All right. Fuck you. Fuck you. Dang, Roman 2, Raw, J Birdie, the three goons of Blackout. Gonna bring you everything NFL football, man. Already being goons. What happened? What's this?
Nothing, dude.
All right. Gabe's doing drugs. Danny DeVito's still cooking, man. Unfortunately,
Still cooking.
Making the cutlets, Jared.
I go against the Giants every single week, and then he proves me wrong.
And he hit you with one of these.
And gabagool, and you know. So, big week for the boys. Unfortunately, we're gonna skip over that because we know he's gonna go on a rant.
We them boys.
Unfortunate week for the Steelers.
Yep.
That's crazy.
And as well for the Broncos. But
You don't have a quarterback, it's very hard.
I feel like we got to put a little more emphasis on the Broncos loss. Hey, why don't you shut up?
we don't need no. I mean, we didn't lose, but we played the Chargers.
Showed some area for concern?
No, not really. I mean, it's just the Chargers, and we injured Justin Herbert, so we played against their backup.
Justin Herbert.
Hertbert.
Would have
And the rest of our schedule is easy. If we win out, we're good. We're good. So we'll have a better chance than the Cowboys going to the Super Bowl.
Whoa, now.
Yes, now.
11 of our friends have a better
You're
chance.
talking to the number two spot in the NFC.
In the piss poor NFC, yes.
And you've been there before. You went into the playoffs as a number 1 seed and didn't do anything.
Hey, let's keep it moving here.
Keep it pushing,
let's go.
When it's the bias positives of the Cowboys, they'll talk about it for 20 minutes. You have some. They're cons. He has nothing to rebuttal. Next topic.
No. It's not even all that. We can't. You know what I'm saying? AD was just telling me before we got on screen here that I can't go on about him for 20 minutes. As much I would love to, as much as I would love to, I can't do it, bro. Can't do it. Big win. We're at the number 2 spot. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it at that. Go Cowboys.
Against the piss poor Eagles. Yes. Go Cowboys.
Piss poor, but at a point in this not too long ago, they were the number 1 and Super Bowl favorites. But that is no longer.
I don't know if the favorites list or is an idiot.
Yeah, they're just trying
He's not a smart dude. Yeah.
All right, let's go over last week's results real quick, fast and easy. We're trying to get loaded into our first Warzone game by 7:02.
Resurgence? Better not be.
I'm trying to trade quadruple dubs, dude.
All righty.
Patriots, Steelers. Boring.
Oh, my God.
Texans, Jets.
It wasn't the most boring game.
It was not. But,
we're
about to get Thursday night, really, guys? The scheduling guys, they need to be.
Well, Thursday night is notoriously bad football.
I know, but it shouldn't
unless
be
the Cowboys
prime time.
Bro, no, it's the same thing because they give you guys the 1 and 6 teams, 2 and 7 teams. They do it every Thursday night football.
What are you talking about? We just played the Seahawks on Thursday night football.
Yeah, and it was one game all season. So your last Thursday night football game was against the Commanders.
Yeah.
Embarrassing.
Yeah.
Texans, Jets, piss poor weather, CJ Stroud concussion, Nico Collins injury, Jets smoke them 30-6. So that's good for the Broncos.
And that's with Zach Wilson back, correct?
Yes. Zach Wilson, the AFC Player of the Week. I don't know why. I mean, it wasn't all that exciting, but Rams at the Ravens, overtime thriller. Lamar Jackson did his thing, and then Gabe likes to say he got bailed out by his punt returner. Similar to how people say Ray Allen bailed out LeBron James. That's not how that works, dude. No, he didn't.
That shot won them.
Did he not? He won them the game. He could have just settled for 10, 15-yard return or something like that, but he took it to the house.
It's a little different take though, because Lamar's
It
offense
is his job.
and that the game was close enough for that guy to be able to score the game-winning touchdown without Lamar being on the field.
But Ravens still looking like the AFC favorite right now with the Chiefs crumbles. On to the Panthers and Saints. Panthers cannot win a game to save their life unless it's against the Texans of all teams.
Yeah, they have to play great teams.
Yeah. Colts, Bengals, the backup. Browning, is that his name? I think that's his name. He's getting it done. Good job. Buccaneers, Falcons. Fuck Baker Mayfield. Desmond Ridder. He's an idiot. How do you lose to the Buccaneers at home? I don't know. Jaguars, Browns. I thought Trevor Lawrence was going to be out. Came back. I think he had about 8 shots of cortisone in his knee. So he was off the perk. Like Kurt Angle perk, you know. He didn't feel a thing, but either way, it didn't help. Joe Flacco, Joey Ice,
doing pretty good. 7 touchdowns so far.
They Brown sent on Twitter. They said all he does is win in this stadium. If you didn't know, he was a longtime Raven and whooped up on the Browns
for a career.
You know, can't beat him, join him. So, and we got Lions, Bears. I don't know. The Lions have been looking piss poor the last 3 weeks. They're starting to crumble before our eyes. I saw it coming because it is Detroit. Seahawks, 49ers. San Francisco stays rolling. No stopping them. Most boring game of the week. Vikings, Raiders.
God, what a score.
Everyone in Las Vegas should get a refund.
3 to 0. 3 to fucking 0.
But
I
more
thought
important.
because I think it was AD. I was talking to him on Discord or something like that when the game was going on. He's like, yo, it's 3 to 0. I'm like, either it's a really good game or it's a really bad game. And then I went back and I looked at it after the fact. I was like, yeah, it's
really bad. Josh Dobbs threw a hospital ball to Justin Jefferson. Took him out of the game. Sent him to the hospital. Actually. But he should be good, actually. So, no. I think X-rays came back negative. His chest is just fine.
There is no dog.
And I need him for fantasy playoffs. So, Eagles, Cowboys. Like we said, I believe the Eagles are frauds. They've been frauds for the past 7 weeks. They've been bailed out more times than not. They should have 6 losses, I think. But they don't.
Also, too, is that I think it wasn't just the Cowboys, but the 49ers as well. Having back-to-back weeks like that, getting exposed, like to all year be in the lead of the pack.
Yep.
And then have to play the 49ers and then us and them beating us in Philly, but then having to come and play us in Dallas at the end of the year, it's not a good taste going into the playoffs because now they're at like number 5, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying if this trend were to stay, because I think based on who they beaten, I think they're still gonna be above us as far as seeding. But I think it's gonna be a tough one for them. I think they might lose like first round on some crazy shit.
I mean, they should. I mean, the past, I think 6 weeks have been 1-play games. You know.
But what I was saying was ESPN and NFL analysts were in the beginning of the year talking about them like they were going to the Super Bowl again.
I mean, they started off 6, 7, 8-0, something like that. Yeah. After that, Danny DeVito's Giants. I don't know.
You think Daniel Jones is coming back, or they're going to stay with Tommy?
Daniel Jones is going to come back because he's got a contract.
I say, if Daniel Jones can get it, because he's what he has like a back injury or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, from carrying that team.
No, not getting carried. Getting sacked every play. But
They gave him a bag.
I see them competing for a start in the offseason. But Tommy DeVito is already making his case now with winning them football games. They love him over there.
It's more Saquon, but yeah.
But in a little bit amount of time too, is like his fan base is like through the roof now.
Bro, he's an Italian quarterback from Jersey who plays in Jersey.
They don't get no better than that.
No. That's
think
crazy.
Yeah, the Italians is like, it's our time. Step the fuck up.
I think Philip Lindsay was cooler. You know, born in Colorado, played for the Broncos. That's
Fuck that. The whole city
All
sucks.
right.
The whole state is trash.
what.
What do you guys have? Mountains and you have no culture. All right? Don't be pulling up fucking Colorado celebrities now. I asked you, oh, is anybody cool or famous from Colorado? Oh, no, nobody I can think of. So fuck you and that.
Oh God. Yo,
Bobby
fun fact for
Lashley.
everybody. Fun fact for everybody watching. We went and hung out with Mr. Tangerang himself, and him being our tour guide, the Denver.
I was not a tour guide.
Yes,
Why
you
pointing
were.
at me? Point
You're the
at
Denver-
the producer. Point at the producer.
No, dude.
I didn't
He's
even know
not
y'all.
from Denver.
You're the
He's from
ultra
Florida,
local.
just like us.
He lives here though. This is his
for a
spot
couple
now.
years. You've lived there your whole life.
What about it, dude?
And I asked
about it?
Tangeray, yo, anybody famous or cool from Colorado?
And I told
not
you.
really. Not
Yo, we
really.
walking around like, yo, what are y'all trying to do? And we're like, Tang, what's there to do in Denver? Oh no.
I'm the youngest of the four.
All right.
I just got my club legs 2 years ago.
Let's get back into it.
Fuck
All right,
y'all,
Giants,
man.
Packers. Giants get the win with the end of the game field goal
Yeah.
to win the game against the Packers. And it's kind of
Last
like
game,
a little hurt for the Packers because they were on a run.
They should have smoked them, but I don't know what they did. They completely folded.
They let it get too close. That's what happens. As we get closer to playoffs, you'll see the teams are going to start bringing out their A game, and they're going to like start like, playing at a higher level than they normally would.
It's
Don't
the it's
puke,
the
dude.
prime time and
Don't puke.
Monday night mishaps, because at the same time the Dolphins lost to the Titans by 1 point.
Sleeping.
It was Monday night mishaps, you know.
Up,
it was a
up
throwaway
by
week.
up by 21 points, was it? With
14.
With 3 minutes left. 14.
Yeah.
With
Yep.
3 minutes left in the game,
Mhm.
and you lose the game.
Hey, man,
Yeah. Yep.
That's outrageous.
the Patriots beat the Falcons in the Super Bowl, bro.
And I think that's what kicked them out of the
21-0,
number.
21-3.
I think that's what kicked them out of the number 1 seed in the AFC right now.
28-3 with 8 minutes left in the third quarter. Was a Super Bowl.
The Patriots beat the Falcons, dude. It happens.
I wonder how. Either way, we can go look at our predictions from last week. Look at how we stacked up.
I don't know.
You guys want a spoiler?
Jamie.
Guess who was first?
All right, me and
Nose ball.
Roman at the bottom right there, 6 and 9. 6 and 9.
Negative.
We'll all be fine.
Negative.
Tangeray 2 picks away. Fucking one of them being the fucking Vikings. That makes them 8 and 7.
Who would pick the Raiders? Why would you pick the Raiders?
Because the Vikings are trash.
They beat
They
them
are
by
Raiders
spread.
are
They
worse.
didn't cover the spread. They didn't cover the fucking spread.
I thought
was
it was
good
going to be a lot more competitive game than 3-0. Let's
I
just
mean, it
say
doesn't
that,
really get any more competitive than that, dude, really.
bro.
One score game.
What
What else can you ask for?
I get the defense getting solid, but it comes to a certain point where you have to be somewhat competitive and get the ball in the end zone. You have to.
Can you name the Raiders starting quarterback?
I can't.
Okay. See?
But the Vikings ain't no better.
It's Drew Bledsoe.
The only thing the Vikings
not, but
got
they've,
is Josh Dobbs.
He's benched.
Oh, then there we go.
Oh,
Mhm.
they got
There
Nick
we go.
Mullins at them. They got Justin Jefferson.
Ooh.
He did get injured.
And he's playing hurt.
They have a better defense.
There's no way he could have rested up in that amount of time.
Yeah.
So he's not playing at his fullest. Kirk isn't supposed to come back for the rest of the year, right?
He's done.
Your season's shot.
I heard they're going to sign Dan Marino.
I didn't know. No one said they were doing anything exciting.
That's not Colin Kaepernick, bro.
No one said the Vikings were going to do anything exciting, but they were going to beat the Raiders. Yeah, I mean, come on.
It was anybody's game, and the Raiders. I don't know. I'd seen something. I guess
All they got is Devontae Adams. I don't want to hear nothing about no Josh Jacobs. He's not nice. It's Devontae Adams, and that's it.
He's pretty cool.
He's probably not even playing for real.
Yeah. He's doing his best. The overall results. Look at me. +8 on Bird. AD total was a +20. No.
21.
20. Yeah.
Well, why you gotta whisper it like that?
Gabe is 21 games back from first place. It would have to be a
Whisper in my
monumental collapse, like a Warriors 3-1 collapse for me to lose this one. To Gabe, at least. Jackpot 245. It's gonna be a good dinner. It's gonna be a good dinner at Benihana's. Maybe with Bay right next to me. You know,
I'll be right
I'll order
there.
the steak and scallops.
Yeah.
Who's the lucky guy?
Cool from both.
Fuck the both of you,
Yeah. Damn, you have two guys to dinner with you?
the homies.
Yeah, put you in the spit roast.
Ah,
Google
what is a spit roast?
it.
I'm
Pull up
good.
next week for me, please.
I'm good. I'm good. We don't need to do that.
Google it. I'll send you a picture.
Okay. Now all of these picks next week. This is the difficulty with trying to do this on a Thursday because a lot of news is coming out Friday about the Sunday games. So there's a couple games we have yet to see who's going to be playing, who's active, who's not. Let's just start off with tonight. This game, if the Vikings and Raiders was 3-0, I'm going to go 2-0.
This is like literally another not Ravens. Who the fuck were we just talking about?
Vikings.
Yeah, the damn Vikings.
Raiders, yeah. Man,
When I seen this, I was like, bro, who do I literally had to like go in there and sit, like literally look who's playing.
you got Chase Daniels starting for the Chargers. Keenan Allen was ruled out last night. All they have is Austin Eckler and Josh Palmer. And then, we saw the Raiders. They can't score a touchdown. So I went Chargers. It's just, by 2 points.
Oh, I went Vegas
Safety in
by
the second
one, dude.
quarter.
You got
picked
Vegas.
the Raiders.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I picked the Chargers. Let's go.
I don't see it happening, man. If they couldn't put a touchdown on the Vikings, that's a piss poor defense. The Chargers got way better defense than the Vikings.
Oh, I agree.
But you're right. Any given Thursday,
Mommy's Bucks.
anything
Any
can happen.
given Thursday.
Any given Thursday. Right back on these pissers. Vikings at Bengals. Browning showed that he can actually play football, and they're home. So I went Bengals
I also went Bengals.
by at least
I
3
also went
touchdowns. Yep. Pittsburgh, the Steel Men with no quarterback.
This is a little bit of a toughie for me.
I
It
went
was
Colts.
tough.
I
Yeah.
didn't even think about it.
Even though the Colts last week, they really pissed me off.
The
They lost
Steelers
by 20.
this year alone, the Steelers have costed me a lot of L's. A lot of L's,
They're up and down,
Man.
dude. They're up and down.
bro. They're like the Lions right now. They're so inconsistent.
It's not that we're inconsistent, bro. No, we have no quarterback. We have our starter sucks, our backup sucks, our third string is the best of the bunch, and the quarterback and the coach won't start him.
Your starting quarterback should be TJ Watt. I feel
Yeah.
like he'd probably do something.
God,
Run
Wildcat.
At least I know how to block his own
Run
position.
Wildcat like a motherfucker. Play him like Lamar Jackson.
Ah,
There you
damn.
go.
We'll just run fucking jet sweeps with him and George Pickens all night.
Run through a motherfucker face.
And then we got Warren and Najee Lee blocking, and that's all we got, dude. We play 5 and 11.
Yeah.
Our whole quarterback room sucks. The whole
5 and 11 is crazy.
That's what we're doing now. We're doing it now. We just
Yeah,
have
so
all of our defensive players play both ways. Give the safeties a break and let George Pickens go in. And that's
They
it.
need to put Watt at safety because that's where y'all getting beat.
No, it's our linebackers, really.
No, you guys' secondary is terrible.
Y'all don't got Ryan Shazier still?
No, dude, his back is like
Too soon.
backwards,
Too soon.
dude. No,
Too
yeah.
soon.
It just learned how to walk last week, dude.
Might as well, put him in. He's got it.
Colts are about to spank that ass. I couldn't afford another L.
I thought you went Steelers. So
as a Steeler fan, that we all picked the Colts. The Steelers will win this week, so shout out to that. But
probably. Gardner Minshew's gonna throw it to T.J. Watt. He's gonna have a touchdown.
They signed JJ and Big Ben this weekend.
If Big Ben comes out the tunnel, I'm switching my pick. There's nothing you can do, producer.
Let's move on to this next one. This is another one I wanted to talk about.
Game of the week. Yeah.
I don't know about that one, bud.
What? Okay, come on. It's not the Cowboys and Bills. The Cowboys are going to smoke the Bills.
This is such an
This is the most competitive game.
I feel like on both sides, they have like just as much to lose. You guys are somewhat on a winning streak right now, and you need to continue to win. If y'all are going to do anything,
the Broncos got everything. Well,
but the Detroit has kind of been on a slump as well with losing.
Yes, but they are 9-4, so they're set. They're pretty much guaranteed to go anyways.
That being
Broncos, Detroit? Detroit's 9-4. Their spot's pretty much secured. On this side, if we lose to an NFC team, it's not that big of a deal. But if we win out, I think if we go 3-1 the rest of the way through, we have like a 96% chance to make it. If we can beat the Lions, that's guaranteed. But
they also haven't been playing as good as they should have lately.
Who?
The Lions.
No, they have not. So we should win this. And they just lost to the damn Bears.
If it would have been like the Lions team we've seen the first week of the NFL, we would be having a whole different conversation.
So
if they were playing the first few weeks of Broncos, yes.
Yeah, who are you picking?
I picked the Broncos.
Let's ride. Broncos and foe. Wait, we're prime time? Oh, we're prime time. Hell yeah. You get the 6:15 Saturday night. That's nice.
Steelers play Saturday too.
That's right. There is Saturday games this weekend.
Yeah. All right, Saturday's a great time, dude.
Oh, we're prime time. That makes me nervous.
Yeah, the Vikings game, Steelers game, and Broncos game is all Saturday. And it starts from 1:00. Then they got a 4:30 game, 8:15 game. That's fire. I like that they did. I hate when they do the games at the same time because then it's forcing me to watch both games at the same time, and I like to just focus on that.
No, because you can focus on two things at a time. But then we got Atlanta at Carolina. Carolina sucks. Atlanta sucks not as much.
Exactly. They suck very. They're also still very bad. But
no, not
Carolina. Good. They're not that bad.
No, they're pretty.
That was
Carolina reminds me of like the Lions in 2009.
That was fun.
Or the the Dolphins in like 2011.
Or the Browns.
Forever.
16 forever. Yeah. That was a Falcons sweep. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
listen, the Falcons was like my first girlfriend. It started good, but it didn't last very long.
I don't think it started that good either, dude. I don't think they ever won a Super Bowl.
They had an all right start to the season. They looked somewhat better.
They were competing, yeah.
But then they started losing, and before you know, they're just.
The Falcons have done that the past 3 years, though. They look nice at the start, and then they crumble.
But they crumbled fairly fast, though. It didn't take long.
Just like a roller coaster. I mean,
very short roller coaster.
They're good enough to beat these guys.
It was like one of them rides at the fair. You get like 5 minutes
with nuts and bolts popping off.
That's what she said.
What? Bears at Browns. In Cleveland.
Yo, you guys hear about that big big grizzly animal in Chicago on the loose? It's like a big ugly grizzly animal in Chicago, man. It's on the loose.
No.
Yeah, your mom. So
That
I'm
was,
taking
see,
Chicago.
that
for
wasn't
sure.
even good. No. That was a late laugh. That was stupid. You picked Chicago.
No, did I pick Chicago? No, I didn't. No,
No,
Cleveland. Sorry.
I didn't. Me.
Who did I pick on that one? I picked the Browns.
Fuck. Yeah. Joe Flacco, that's my guy.
Yeah,
He's
I could
Um,
ignore him. I could ignore him no longer.
he has more touchdowns on the season than Kenny Pickett. Fun fact.
That was fast.
He's only played 7 quarters.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you guys need to get rid of that.
Y'all
guy.
gotta figure that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, just cut him. I would cut him.
draft like Gino or something like that.
We're gonna draft Gino.
How the hell you
Or
gonna
draft
draft Gino?
trade. I mean trade him.
I'm not trading for Gino, but I need to get like a 24-year-old who can throw the fucking football, who we can.
Y'all should have got what's his name? The Cowboys got from the 49ers. What's his name?
Trey Lance.
Trey Lance, exactly.
Figure something out, dude.
Yeah, but the
I'm
Steelers
cool.
are
I'm
stupid.
cool with like Justin Fields at this point.
It might happen
Yeah,
if the Bears go out and draft Caleb.
I'm not opposed to Justin Fields. No.
Or
That'd be
Jordan
kind of cool.
Love.
Yeah, Justin Herbert.
Jordan Love looks good, bro.
They're not
He
leaving.
looks good.
They're not leaving.
These
But
past
Jordan's
couple
not leaving the Packers. Huh?
I'll even take 2 after Tyreek retires.
Yeah, but the Packers, there's already been talks of the Packers separating from him anyways. If he doesn't
No.
produce. Yeah, hell yeah. They were talking about that this offseason. This exact
On what?
offseason,
CNN?
No, not
What?
CNN.
Where?
Newsmax, dude.
Good Morning Football. First Take.
The Inquirer.
Anything ESPN, you know what I'm saying? They've talked about this.
But when was it?
In the offseason.
In the
This
offseason.
past offseason, they're talking
Yeah,
about
but then he came
his
out
fu-
and
his
he's doing
future
what
with
he's
the-
doing.
his future with the Packers. Granted, he's making a better case now, but that
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily mean that they're gonna ultimately stay with him.
It is a business. They can do whatever they want, but their best chance would be to keep him and let him grow. And speaking of Jordan Love, Buccaneers, Packers, at Lambeau. Fuck Baker Mayfield, Packers info. That should be undisputed, correct?
I also picked the Packers.
Facts.
The Bucks ain't got it no more.
No. How they won last week, I don't know, but whatever.
Bird, we can't hear
Jets.
you. Bird, we can't hear you.
This man muted?
Aaron Rodgers is coming back this week. What now he's gonna do with this offense?
You know, he's gonna do great things with one leg.
Yeah, it's gonna be wild, dude. I can't believe it only took him 15 weeks to
Look,
come back.
Knock on wood. Knock on wood.
Mhm.
I do not want to see anything bad happening to him. But I don't necessarily agree with him coming back. I mean, on the business side of it, if I was a gunner, I was like, yeah, get your ass back out there. Go into some football game.
But you think they're gonna beat the Dolphins this week with him starting?
No. The Dolphins just lost, dude.
Aaron Rodgers come back. You know, he lost to that division to start the season. Zach Wilson comes back last week. They bench him this week.
Come on. Hard Rock Stadium isn't that much of a home field advantage.
I think the Dolphins has a bad take with Aaron Rodgers coming back this week. The fully healthy offense. So,
He's not gonna do it.
bad take.
You also picked the Dolphins? Hey?
Of course, I picked the Dolphins.
Yeah,
Picked
Rodgers
them by 5 touchdowns.
Aaron Rodgers is even coming back, dude. The fact that you believe that is crazy.
I
done.
thought he's
He's googling it right now. He's like, hey,
Bro.
you see it?
This is why you're last place.
Right there, dude.
Do your homework.
I thought he knew something I didn't.
He said,
I'm still
don't
going with the
agree.
Dolphins.
Why?
Regardless, I'm still going with the Dolphins.
You're supposed to dispute that. Say,
He
what you
just
talking
closed,
about, bro?
he just closed his Pornhub tab to Google that. He said Wikipedia said he's not starting this week. Then we got Tommy DeVito, the Guinea Prince, against
What, Prince?
the Guinea Prince. I'm Italian, I can say that.
Like a guinea pig? What?
He's the Guinea Prince.
I don't know what that means.
It's cool.
Anyway,
I'm not from there.
Tommy DeVito versus Saints.
Post Katrina Saints. Pre DeVito Giants.
Yeah.
Giants at 4.
I'm
Giants and 2.5.
pretty sure I went Giants. I really hope
You're pretty
did.
sure, or like you did?
Pretty sure. Pretty sure. Now, this was the hardest game to pick for me.
Texans, Tennessee.
You did.
I did. Lovely. Yeah. Even as a producer AD, I picked the Titans. I put a question mark on the Titans because it's tough. We don't know if CJ Stroud is going to play. He has to practice tomorrow if he wants to play Sunday. No one knows what he's doing. Nico Collins, his number 1 wide receiver, has not practiced all week. That would leave them with Noah Brown, who was already questionable as well.
But he's still going through the concussion protocol now.
Yeah. CJ Stroud still in concussion protocol. He has to practice by tomorrow. If he doesn't practice tomorrow, he's not playing Sunday. And then, the Titans just came off a win. And Derrick Henry, another 2-touchdown game. It's not fun. This pick should be thrown up to tomorrow. I don't know.
I'm taking Houston.
Where'd y'all go?
Is going to play.
He is?
Yeah,
if he thinks, I don't know, man.
Honestly, because I'm thinking he's not going to play because it is kind of late in the week to still not have an answer. Because when I looked at it last night, there was still no answer. So I had to go Tennessee. And after seeing them win last week against the Dolphins, very impressive. So I think they got
Gabe's going to Tennessee. So producer, I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stick with it.
They look good. They look good. Titans backup QB looks good, man.
They don't look good.
They look all right.
For 3 minutes.
Right.
They looked all right for 3 minutes.
Yeah, like your last encounter with a woman.
Yeah. 2.5.
Chiefs at Patriots.
I'm taking Belichick, baby. No, I'm just kidding. Arrowhead.
Mahomes is going to kill him.
Yeah. Referees or not.
He's about to go off about that.
The Chiefs should have won last week. I'm just saying. The
Bills. What's y'all's take on that? On that call and him speaking up about it?
Shit happens.
He was not offsides.
I've seen worse calls. Yeah.
But do you think Patrick has a right to be mad?
Yeah.
I mean, if you think it was a bad call, then yeah.
Referees and umpires are the worst thing to ever happen to sports. If you are a referee or umpire, I hate you. I don't like you. It should be AI. There's no room for getting things wrong.
How is Andre Iguodala and Allen Iverson going to ref every sporting event?
I hated that. Allen Iverson painted this? What? Those are my favorite memes. But no, I just don't understand. Like, that's your job is to. There's little league refs and then there's professional refs. There's a reason you're supposed to be a professional ref. You're supposed to do it right every single time. Like, I don't know how you mess things up.
Because it's fast.
They ruin games. They are the reason the Eagles have 3 losses and not 6 or 7.
Yeah,
it don't make no sense.
I also feel like they've also gotten bailed out plenty of times themselves by calls. So it's one of the things that goes around, comes around. Like, granted, the refs can do a way better fucking job than what they're doing. But at the same time, if you're leaving the game close enough that you're depending on a call,
that's the dumbest take. Everyone always says if the game's too close, where the referee does, like, bro, the referees control the game the entire game. You know?
Didn't you say last week that they were tightening up on the refs because there was a lot of missed calls?
Yes, the NFL is coming down on the refs because of the questionable ass calls. And there's been some questionable ass calls this year.
They need to come on them harder, both ways.
I agree.
Yep. So San Francisco's going to beat Arizona.
Yeah,
at least 5.
They're about to beat the shit out of the Cardinals.
That doesn't matter at all.
Kyler Murray's going to tear his ACL again, trying to get away from.
Yep. As long as it's not his analog thumb.
Right? He'll be fine. His shooting thumb.
Yeah.
The Redskins and the Rams.
Not to call out our producer, but he spelled the word down wrong in our title of this episode. If you look above the box. Look above where it says live. Sideline episode 15.
I'm gonna go Vegas.
You can do it.
I gotta go Vegas see it. I gotta go Vegas.
Anyways,
But
That's okay. Everyone makes errors. Matthew Stafford's gonna put up 3
Rams.
touchdowns against the Skins.
Rams.
Yeah,
Rams.
Rams info.
No.
Aaron Donald 4.5 sacks.
Now these next 3 games, this is prime football right here.
Not really. I think every team on the left is going to win.
Yeah. It would have been prime football
If the Bills
3 weeks ago.
No, hell no. The way I just seen the
3
Cowboys
weeks
play
ago.
just play the Seahawks. The Seahawks have a fighting chance against the Eagles, especially after them getting spanked 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
And they're playing in their stadium.
Doesn't matter.
DK Metcalf could torch that defense.
So you're taking Seattle, you're taking Jacksonville, and you're taking Dallas?
Who did I pick for that one?
I went Cowboys, Ravens, Eagles.
Might as well.
Just, I feel like, DK could very well go off for 3 touchdowns, just like he did against the Cowboys. But what happened?
I didn't even put that.
He
I think
still lost.
I think I missed that one. Oh, for the
Missed
the
a pick?
Eagles yeah, for the Eagles.
That's
and
automatic
Seahawks
loss.
game.
Automatic loss.
Hell no! I'll call it right now. I'll call it right now on the show.
Okay.
Who do you got?
Workshop it.
Next slide.
Is it this time?
Seahawks.
Oh boy.
No, I'm just kidding. Eagles.
Oh, don't do
You
that.
crazy as hell if you think I'm picking the Seahawks.
Come
bro.
on.
You crazy as hell.
You just said you're just vouching for him 45 seconds ago.
I was trying to get y'all to like.
Yeah, like what's his name?
You're trying to get us
yeah.
to fuck up. Stop.
You're trying to hit us with a Georgia versus Alabama.
Stop.
Pat McAfee.
By the way, roll Tide.
Also,
winning the championship.
I also picked the Ravens and the Cowboys.
So you just went
Yeah.
right down the left side of the thing. Prime time football. Who knows who's going to win these games?
I didn't say that. I said it's primetime football. I didn't say who knows. I know. You know.
What's the next
We
slide
know.
that we got here?
Are those good pretzels?
They're pretty
They
good.
look
dude.
good.
They gotta
the
be. He's
Nutella
been
ones.
eating them all episode.
They're just right here.
Here's
just
a
right
pound
here.
bag sitting
Yeah,
there.
they're just right here, dude. What do you want me to do about it?
Of course.
It's for the table.
I'm the only one at the table, dude.
Oh yeah. We
Next side.
What is the
Next slide.
player of the week?
More favorite?
Question mark. Debo.
Oh,
7
Debo.
receptions, 149 yards, 1 receiving touchdown, and then 1 rush, 1 yard, 1 rushing touchdown. Highest scoring player in fantasy. I'm not gonna lie. He'd probably be my MVP.
A receiver can never win MVP. But yeah, I
should.
agree. I agree, but receiver would never happen.
It won't. It should.
Wait, why?
Just too much of a dependable. The position depends on another position to be great. And if a receiver is having a historical season, then the quarterback is probably also having a more historical season, which makes it more credible and MVP. You know,
That is very true.
like when Randy Moss broke the single season receiving record, his quarterback broke the single season passing record, and won
He's
MVP.
throwing him the ball and others.
And won MVP.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, when was the last time a non-QB won the MVP? Was it Adrian Peterson?
I think so.
That was 2010 or 2012.
Yeah, that was a very long time ago.
That was 10 years ago.
Damn.
Yeah. Crazy.
Tang was just starting school.
Okay.
Yeah, Gabe had his sophomore year, second time in 2010.
I like that one. I was 11, dude. I'm old. I'm getting up there. I mean, Super Bowl MVPs. We had. Von
Yeah, you
Miller
just sound like the
at
kid from
50.
Really Millers. He said,
Yeah.
"Come on, David."
Since
I'm not
Antonio
a
Holmes.
kid.
Santonio Holmes, MVP Super Bowl. Hines Ward, MVP of the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This guy right here.
Okay, drafting right now, what player are you taking? That's not a quarterback.
Like that's in the NFL right now.
Yeah,
TJ Watt,
Teej. How old is Teej?
27, 28.
Offensive player.
An offensive player right now. That's not a quarterback.
Yep.
Tyreek Hill.
McCaffrey.
Tyreek and McCaffrey. In a way, you could see Debo as both of those combined. He just doesn't have the speed as Tyreek, but he is a running back. He is a wide receiver. He's got breakaway speed. With the touchdown last week, there was not a defender within 10 yards, 15. You know.
Yeah, but it's either way, it's heavily felt on the offense if one of them's not there.
I mean, yeah,
Like Tyreek Hill compared to Debo.
I mean, yeah, but Tyreek went out. Dolphins stalled Monday night until he came back. I mean, even after he came back, they weren't on the same page. But the 3 weeks Debo was out, it's just because a defense can look at it and you got McCaffrey in the backfield, Debo out wide, and then George Kittle on the opposite side, tight end. You got to hope you have 3 guys that can cover them. If not, you're going to have to throw 5 at them. If you throw 5 at them, you got Brandon Ayuk, who can do, he can manage
Any given night.
Any given night. It's just there's too much attention on him. So yeah, they lost Debo. The attention shrunk. They could focus in on Christian McCaffrey, who would be their number one. That's where I think
Debo
the value
there.
comes in.
If Debo's there, who are you putting at number 1 though? Debo or CMC?
Debo.
Over CMC is crazy, I think.
It's tough.
CMC is the most versatile offensive player in the NFL today.
He is, but we have yet to see a game without Christian. Like we got our sample size of without Debo, they lost all 3. If we got a similar sample size of games without Christian, I would like to see what happens. I think the 49ers would be all right. I mean, they were doing it before Christian came.
That's
They
true.
took their trips to the Super Bowl, and deep in the playoffs before Christian came.
Yeah, now he's there.
Now he's there. Now they should be winning Super Bowls.
They probably will actually this year.
It's kind of not fair, like how stacked their team is.
They are the Avengers of football.
It's
like
the office, man, the front office. They're just doing their job.
Just like the Buccaneers a few years ago, they are.
Right, what did they do?
They had the Avengers of football.
Oh,
Yeah, Leonard Fournette, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Vita Vea, Ryan
Who's
Jensen.
the Iron Man?
Oh, the 49ers, who's the Iron Man?
No, that Bucks team.
Of the
The
Bucks.
Bucks.
the Bucks?
Yeah. Because they had Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Leonard Fournette.
You're missing somebody, dude.
Yeah, you guys think you're slick, and I'm not gonna say it.
But AD overbaited it. He overbaited it.
This dude's over here starting like a act like he's like over here looking at, what is it? I'm like, bro,
Okay.
shut the fuck up. Yeah, shut the fuck up. Anyway,
Fantasy tanks.
yeah, we do need to do that.
What a guy. Austin James I don't know his middle name. Austin Eckler, man, going up against Broncos. The Broncos are the 32nd.
I didn't just make up this man's middle name.
Because I don't know it. If you don't know his middle name, you just you go for it. Anyways, last week against the Broncos, even with Justin Herbert out, he still put up good enough numbers to get you through to the playoffs. It was the last week of the regular season in fantasy. Y'all should 26th ranked Vegas Raiders. And his quarterback is out. His number 1 wide receiver is out. So it's just going to be him. And with the backup, you'd expect a lot of dump downs and a lot of game script calling Austin Eckler's name. You should get at least 20, if not 25 touches this game. I mean, it's probably going to be piss poor. Not a lot of touchdowns, so don't expect a touchdown. But if your man is getting 20 plus touches in a game, volume speaks numbers in fantasy. So throw him in. I got him in mind. Hey, for all y'all, I'm in 6 different leagues. I'm in the playoffs in all 6 leagues. Okay, just trust me. Trust me with everything.
Playoffs. All right. Well, I want to continue to hear your updates from that.
I'll win
How
them.
far you go.
I'll win them all.
So for the next one, we don't have the slide for it this time, but I was gonna ask you guys, what is you guys' top 5 players right now?
Now, is this based off this season or what
This
ability
season
that
alone,
we know?
This season alone.
Okay.
Who is top 5? And not just like how Jimmy was saying before, like MVP, how it's more like a quarterback thing because they've technically done more.
Mhm.
But who has been the most outstanding players in your guys' opinion?
Yeah.
CJ Stroud's got to be up there for sure.
But like I do them in order. I got mine right here in order. I got at number 1, Dak.
Wait, first of all, you cannot do a list from 1 to 5. That is the most uncredible list you can make in the history of list making.
You gotta flip it.
Come on, dude.
1.
5 to 1.
I gotta start at 5.
Because that's how that works. That's how that works, bro. Every
Fine,
time
whatever.
you watch the countdown list, says
Number 5,
Mhm.
Christian McCaffrey. At number 4, Nick Bosa. Number 3, Lamar Jackson. Number 2, Tyreek Hill. Number 1, Dak.
terrible list. Nick Bosa you have over TJ Watt. And that's a terrible take. It's like a woman's opinion outside the kitchen.
It's not.
Unfortunately, unfortunately,
I wasn't
Watt-
laughing at that. I
JJ
wasn't laughing at that.
JJ Watt hasn't won you guys a game in a little while. So, granted, his stats are there. I'm not ignoring that. But Nick Bosa also helps them win games.
But he's also got 3 other guys that help him.
TJ Watt's literally the only reason we've had as many wins as we've had. It's him single-handedly. Every single game we've won is because he made something happen in that game to turn the game around. And every single one of our wins.
I'm not convinced enough.
Okay, when we go through Bird's list and TJ is top 3 or above, I'm gonna be pissed off because that's not right either.
No, he's like 4. He's like 4. He's definitely the best at his position, better than anybody else.
Go ahead, Tank. Let's hear
when
you.
he plays defense and he's a lineman.
Me? Okay. Oh, now this 1 through 5, it's a whole mess of baloo. Okay. All right. I had similarly Christian McCaffrey 5. Then I got Lamar Jackson 4. Number 3, Tyreek. Number 2, Debo. And then number 1, Russell Wilson. No. I still got Patrick Mahomes number 1.
Yeah.
I wanted to throw Dak for CMC. That was a toss up because since week 8, Dak has not had a game with less than 2 touchdowns. He really has turned it up from the beginning. We were really on him because he has to do it this year. And since week 8, he really has stepped up into that top 10 category. So he's 6, 5, 6. You can switch those out, but Patrick Mahomes, he's still that guy. He's still the reason the Chiefs are
Super Bowl
favorite.
contenders.
Yeah, the Super Bowl favorite.
He's by far the best quarterback in the league.
Like just ability, and he doesn't even have like proper game sense yet. He's still, that Voldemort guy. You could throw any defense at him. He knows exactly what you're doing anyways.
He definitely has the biggest discrepancy beside like him being number 1 and the number 2 person in that position is definitely the biggest gap than it is in any other position.
Yeah, no, if there was a fantasy draft, if y'all know what that is,
Mm-hmm.
like if there was a fantasy draft today, Mahomes is number 1.
Yeah.
and just his arm talent, what he can do with his legs.
IQ.
He's throwing
And
balls.
also
180
elevate the
degrees.
players around him.
Exactly.
It does. 2 chips, man. 2 chips.
I would say by far with players that are playing right now, and you were to compare careers, he probably has like the most successful.
He's already a Hall of Famer. If he were to retire, he'd Hall of Fame.
I think he's still in his 20s, no?
Yeah, dude, he's like 20. He's like
26.
27, something like that.
Yeah.
You know, and his best friend with Taylor Swift's boyfriend.
That's got to be a perk.
So for me, I have McCaffrey at 5, TJ Watt at McCaffrey at 5, Watt at 4, Lamar at 3. Then I have Tyreek at 2 and Mahomes at 1. And I was gonna throw Debo in there, so he's like 6 or like 5B.
5B.
Yeah,
Big.
5D technically. Debo.
Hey, yo.
But Patrick Mahomes is by far the best football player in the NFL, and the Bosa brothers couldn't tie T.J. Watt's shoes. So,
where did T.J. Watt go to college?
Jay Bird himself.
Where did he go to college? Wisconsin.
I was just about to say.
I think his brother went to Wisconsin, didn't he?
Yeah. It was a red team. I was going to say.
Oh, no, he did. He went to
Wisconsin or Nebraska.
Texas Tech.
Yeah, Texas. There you go.
I don't know. The Bosas are Ohio State boys, so I rock with them.
Whatever you want to.
I don't know, man. Ohio State, they produce some ballers.
They have the best player coming into the NFL next year.
Who is that?
Marvin Harrison Jr. Another tip for fantasy. Next year in the draft, pick Marvin Harrison Jr. He's going to be a top 15, top 12 wide receiver play next year. What was your question?
I was saying, like, where do you think he's gonna place next year?
Oh, top 15 easily. Marvin Harrison Jr. is the most NFL ready. Well, obviously in college right now, but he's the most NFL ready wide receiver we've seen in a while.
But do you think he's gonna get picked up by like a team like the Panthers or
they were
the Bears
predicting him to go number 3 to the Cardinals? If it stayed that way, that's what it was projected.
That's subject to change, but
yeah,
that'd be very unfortunate.
Not by much, but that's how that works, dude. Is the worst teams get the best players, and then they ruin their careers.
It sucks so bad. Like how you were saying, like Justin Fields, like there's a lot of players that are just locked to garbage teams, and they never amount to anything.
Yeah, but it's only for their first contract, though. They have to show out for the first 3 years on a shitty team to then sign wherever they want.
Yeah.
You're only locked for 3 years, man. You just got to show out for those 3 years, stay healthy.
Here's how they trap them, right? The NFL's smart. So you get drafted, you are signed to 4 years. You go, you do all right the first 2, maybe 3. They'll offer you a 5th-year deal, and the 5th-year deal is a lot more money than what your 4-year contract was.
Yeah.
So then you're all like, oh, wait, money. All right, I'll stay. And then they can flip the game script around and make you perform. They maybe not call your number as much or switch the offensive scheme. So that 5th year, you're terrible or your stats aren't where they were. And then they're all like, well, we can't shop you around because you didn't do that well. We got to give you a discount because you didn't do that well. And that's how you get stuck with a team like that. Mm-hmm. So that's why you got to be mediocre or decent for the first 3 years and then go off in that 4th year. And then you can go wherever you want. Or pull a John Elway and just say, I'm not playing for you.
Yeah, but
when draft time comes, just no. If you draft me, I'm going.
It's hard to do that. It's
Manning.
really hard to do that with the type of teams that a lot of these guys.
No, but not if you're like a top 5. If you're a top 5,
like if you're Justin Fields, and now that DJ Moore is starting to pop off, like what I'm saying, you got somewhat of a chance. But I feel like Kyler Murray since day one he's been playing for the Cardinals.
No, but if Justin Fields when he got drafted by the Bears before the draft said, "I'm not going to play for the Bears," If they draft me, I will not sign the contract, and you guys are going to be wasting a pick. They're either not going to draft you, or they're going to do a drafting trade that night because they're not going to risk their top 5 pick not signing with them.
Yep.
That's the only reason Eli played for the Giants and Phillip Rivers played for the Chargers. The opposite teams drafted them and they traded them on draft night.
That's crazy.
Because Eli Manning said, "I will not play for the San Diego Chargers. It's not going to happen. I will not play for them."
And back then, it was kind of a risk because they didn't get paid in college, so they'd have to make it another year without getting injured. But now, these players in college are getting paid. So like Caleb Williams, he's got his money, so he could definitely say, "I'm not playing for you."
Yeah.
With the first pick,
you will waste your pick if you draft me because I just won't sign.
Yeah. That would be some crazy news draft night. Like,
and then they draft him anyway, and then both parties like, "You motherfucker."
They can go undrafted, right, and then just sign to anybody.
No, you have to declare for the draft if you're coming out of college. Otherwise, you need a year of ineligibility after college, which means that's a year of not playing football to then hope to walk on the football team.
For that to happen, you'd have to declare and then go undrafted.
Uh-huh.
Could somebody go, let's say, play for like the Canadian Football League just in that year?
Yes, but you'll get lost in the sauce, and nobody's going to care about you if you go there.
Also, if a pick like that, a high pick, would the NFL kind of not hurt their career, but kind of make them pay? It's almost like, in UFC where somebody like declines a fight, the UFC kind of, shafts them their next fight. Like, you didn't want to step up. Would that be a similar situation in NFL? If a person's like, "Yeah, I don't want to play for that team."
I mean,
it doesn't happen that often.
The worst thing that can happen is the team drafts them and doesn't sign them. And then they no matter how long now, they have the draft rights of that player. And they can't sign anywhere unless they sign with the team that drafts them.
I mean, so far, I can't think of an example that hasn't, but they've all worked out.
Mm-hmm.
John Elway, we know John Elway.
Yep.
Eli Manning, we know Eli Manning, I don't think there's been a situation where it hasn't worked out for the player.
Yeah, because that's the worst case scenario. They draft them and don't sign them, and then now you can't play in the NFL until you come up with an agreement to the team that drafted you.
But like technically, it doesn't happen as often for
it's only happened maybe 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
Like technically, if Calvin Johnson and Barry Sanders wanted to come back to the NFL, the Lions would have to pass on them first, which is like crazy that Barry Sanders hasn't played in 20 years.
So how did that Marshawn Lynch, he retired, but then is that what it was? Because he retired?
Yeah, he retired.
He just came back to the Raiders. He's all like, Raiders. And that was it.
And Bills. Play for the Bills.
Well, that was before the Seahawks. I'm saying how did he?
After he left the Seahawks, and then
how did he just
came and just signed to the Raiders?
Because it was probably because
it was
the contract was for a year more, and he didn't play for that year. You're past that contract. I don't know, but retirement
because his contract ended.
Or when he retired, they probably paid him out. They gave him his retirement clause. If you report your car stolen and your insurance pays you, and then you find your car, they take your car because they already paid you for their claim. So he retired, they paid him his retirement claim, and then now he's a free agent. But there's probably a time gap there, so that players don't retire every year. Yeah, I'm gonna retire. Pay me $50,000. I'm gonna go sign over there.
Yeah.
Like Gronk said, he retired.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They said we're gonna trade you. I'm retired.
Mm-hmm.
He was not retired. He was not retired.
That's crazy. And you still got to talk to them again. They're like, "Oh, I thought you were retired." And like, yeah. See what happened was
my man said he'll throw me a ball or two.
I slept on it.
I slept on it.
They gave me an offer I couldn't refuse.
They said number 12 was going to throw me the ball. It doesn't snow over there. I'm out.
That should count.
But yeah, man, there's been another week of Sideline. We're at an hour, right at an hour.
Yeah, hell yeah.
This has been another week. Does anybody have anything else to say before we get up on that?
Tang's gotta go mentor the Boys and Girls Club.
Sure do.
John Jones.
Hey,
good cat.
When the Broncos go to the Super Bowl.
Cowboys in the Super Bowl. Get us out of here.